I don't know who called this, if anybody said anything about this ahead of time, but I was very much surprised to learn that Ohio State is set to hire former NFL head coach Bill O'Brien and Patriots offensive coordinator as the new offensive coordinator for the Ohio State University. Had Albert Breer mentioned this? We're going to talk with Albert here.
No, and that's exactly what I thought. It said when I saw who broke it on Twitter, it said Thamel guy. I'm like, this is not Bert Breer with all these connections, who's devoted his life to Ohio State football. But also, this tells me, because every writer we had on and it seemed to think that he was coming back. They all like Bill O'Brien. Obviously, Bill O'Brien talked to them. I don't know this for a fact, but it seemed pretty obvious that Bill O'Brien was nice to them. Like off the record, It seemed like they had a pretty good relationship with them, and they all said the same thing. Whenever they all say the same thing, I tend to believe it. And they were like, Bill O'Brien's family never left here. Bill O'Brien loves being in New England. This is where he wants to be. He's under contract. Not one writer to my recollection, if I'm wrong, I apologize, but not one writer to my recollection even inferred that he was going anywhere. So, obviously, Mayo didn't want him. I don't think that you leave the Patriots to go take a college job.
No, you do not. No.
So, obviously, Mayo told him to go screw, which is good because their offense sucked.
Not only did Mayo tell him it was time to go, he was very well aware that he wasn't going to get a pro job anywhere else. You don't just go back to college. That's a step down, regardless of what the program is.
Yeah, OC to OC. No, if you're a head coach,
Right.
for a crappy NFL team, and you get the head coaching job with a powerhouse, okay, that's a step
up.
Grow.
Yeah,
left the Jets job for Virginia.
That's right. Patriots a long time ago had a head coach leave in the middle of the season to take the head coaching job in college, but that's just it. Bill O'Brien was an assistant here, went to become the head coach of Penn State. I mean, this is different. Obviously the offense has killed his reputation.
Yes,
this past season absolutely killed it. So he went where he could go through another car wash like he did with Alabama. Ohio State, maybe they win a national championship next year. He's back in the league 2 years from now.
Yeah. So, obviously, Jerod Mayo didn't want him, which was surprising because that was not what we had been hearing. We'd been hearing that this was all symbiotic and that Bill O'Brien, even before the coaching change, it was believed that Bill O'Brien was going to stick around. I guess, which makes me think that Bill O'Brien told everyone that he wanted to stay. That's what that means to me, is that I have to imagine Bill O'Brien told all those guys that he wanted to stay. So, which makes me think that Mayo kicked him out, which would excite me as a Patriots fan, because that offense was disgusting. And I don't know, if you're making a coaching change, why you would keep the coordinator of one of the worst offenses in the NFL. That didn't make any sense at all. Who can't work with any of your quarterbacks currently on the roster, or who I wouldn't particularly want around a young quarterback.
No.
The way that he worked with Mac Jones. I mean, there's better. And then there's like in-house candidates to take his job, and that seems ridiculous.
It's just time to wipe everybody out. Just get rid of everybody. Something different.
Yeah.
But the same is not working.
This is
get guys out of there. I mean, I wouldn't have hired Mayo. I would have blown him out.
I would have hired